Hi, Dave again here with another question from your Hayes and Harris Math SL textbook. This is exercise 3I, question 12. We're told that the weight of bacteria in a culture is given by W, and it varies by the function 2e to the power of t on 2 grams. T is the time in hours after the culture was set to grow. We want to use this to find the weight of the culture when t is 0, 30 minutes, 1.5 hours, 6 hours. So on A, part I, we're going to let t be equal to 0 hours. If that's the case, then the weight at 0 hours is 2e to the 0 on 2 grams. Well, 0 on 2 is 0, and e to the power of 0, e is just a number. Any number to the power of 0 is 1. So we have an initial mass of 2 grams. Here we're going to let t be equal to 30. Oh wait, scratch that. That's 30 minutes. T is in hours. 30 minutes is half an hour. So we're going to find the weight when the time is 0.5. That's 2e to the 0.5 on 2. E to the 0.5 on 2 is not something I'd expect you to be able to do with your calculator. I don't think you need to. We're going to try using the calculator to solve this. So we're going to solve 2 times e to the power of 0.5 on 2. All right, we get 2.56 or 2.57 grams. So what does that mean? The mass of the bacteria is growing. It grew from 2 grams to 2.7 grams, 2.57 grams. Later on, when t is 1.5 hours, the weight at 1.5 hours is 2e to the 1.5 on 2. Again, that's not something you'd be expected to do in your head. We'll do it with a calculator. Scroll up and copy, and change that to a 1.5. We get 4.23 grams. Finally, part 4. We're going to let the time be equal to 6 hours. So we want the weight at 6 hours. That's 2e to the 6 on 2. That's e cubed, but still that's not something we can calculate in our head. So we'll still turn to the calculator to solve this. 6 on 2, 40.17, 40.2 grams. Okay. So definitely growing. 2 to 2.5 to 4.5 to 40. Now, we're going to use the information in part A to sketch a graph of the weight. All right, I only need quadrant 1 for the weight, because the weight's not going to be negative, and time's not going to be negative. I need to go all the way out to 6 hours. Could have spaced it better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I need to go all the way up to 40 grams. So that's 40, that's 20, 10, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, what do I know? I know initially there's only 2 grams. After half an hour, there's only 2.43 grams. 2.43? 2.57, excuse me. After half an hour, there's only 2.57 grams. 1.5 hours later, there's 4.2 grams. And all the way out at 6 hours later, there are 40.2 grams. So what does this look like? Well, it's an exponential curve. It looks something like that. Some sort of exponential growth.